X-Class 350d from Mercedes-Benz, the posh pickup.
Behind us is the Mercedes X-Class.
That's right, we have the only pickup made by the German manufacturer, and it's not just skin deep with this vehicle either. It may well be one of the poshest pickups out there, but it can still perform off-road, can't it?
It can tow 3.5 tons, and you can put 1.1 tons in the back.
You can. Also, it's built on a ladder chassis, so it's the perfect off-roader. And this is the ultimate behemoth. This is the X350d. So it's powered by a V6 turbocharged engine with a 7G plus Tronic gearbox.
Prices start at £38,350, but this one has about £5,000 of options on it.
But that is without VAT.
There is also a range of engines and gearboxes on offer too.
But first, I think we need to tell you how many Newton meters of torque this is. It's 550 and pull 0 to 60 in about 7 seconds. Not what you expect from a pickup.
It certainly isn't. Power outputs do start at around 160 horsepower. Yeah. 4-cylinder engines and a manual are on offer too.
And this just pops in that cavern sight blue, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Saying that, I'm going to be taking a look at the exterior styling.
I'll be looking at the interior, the practicality, the build quality.
Ben will then be driving it, and Annabelle will bring you the verdict.
If you like the latest car reviews, news, and basically anything to do with cars, why not subscribe to the channel? Hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated every time we upload some new content. Thank you.
Now the first thing you notice is how big this car is. Well, the bonnet is above my head. This huge grille with a gigantic Mercedes emblem, diamond effect on the grille, satin inserts, sculpted lenses, and the plastic along the bottom, so it's robust when you're doing off-roading. However, there's far more colour coding and chrome effects than you would see on your average commercial vehicle. When it comes to equipment, you have automatic wipers, full LED headlamps which are automatic too, front parking sensors, 360-degree camera. The front one is just here, so it makes it nice and easy to park this huge vehicle. Front fogs, LED daytime running lights, front parking sensors, and a range of safety equipment including autonomous emergency braking. Coming to the side, as you can see, we've got the X-Class where it's most at home, in the mud. We have an optional 19-inch alloy wheels. We do also have the raised suspension, which will cost you £225. You have the large V6 turbo emblem on the side, electrically operated folding door mirrors, keyless entry with chrome door handles. There's also a chrome strip that runs along the bottom of the window line, satin effect roof rails. One thing that would have been nice to see on our car is the side steps, especially when you're in muddy areas like this. At the back you have a fuel filler cap on one side and AdBlue on the other. Optional mud flaps, and we don't have any cladding around the arches like you would see on a conventional pickup. Coming to the back of the car, the first thing you notice is the roller cover on the back. That's a £1,645 option. You also have a large rear bumper with parking sensors and chrome accents, and the tow bar is a £376 option. Reversing camera that makes up the 360-degree system. You're reminded it's 4MATIC. You also have a dinky little window in the back there that opens, high-level brake light, and aerial right over there. The rear axle differential lock is a £510 option. This vehicle also has the style pack fitted, which is a £1,015 option.
Stepping into the front of the X-Class is quite easy considering that raised ride height. The doors open nice and wide. There is no grab handle in here. That would really help, especially if you've got mobility challenges. Now, the one thing that strikes you as soon as you climb in, the finish. It's not what you expect from a pickup at all. They're utilitarian. They're built for workmen to, throw their sandwiches on and drop their bottles of pop and so on. But this, soft touch plastic up here with stitching, polished metal effects, and leather seats, both electric. decent infotainment screen, and just very well finished. I mean, yes, you will find hard plastics, but as I mentioned, it is supposed to be robust as well, so easy to clean hard plastic here, and solid plastic on the doors. Very good plastic nevertheless, and there's an abundance of leather in here, so no matter where you put your arm, you're comfortable. When it comes to functionality, you've got all-round electric windows, power folding heated mirrors, automatic headlamps, lane keep assist, you've got a switch here for your 360 camera, front and rear fogs, and there's also a start engine stop button, and rain sensing wipers. When it comes to the centre, I've got a fuel computer, very clear dials, speedo on the left, rev counter on the right. When it comes to the steering wheel, I've got my media controls and my telephony controls, paddles for the automatic box on the back of the wheel, and a stalk here for your cruise control with Speedtronic. Going back to the fuel computer, you can see things like stats, economy, and other useful information. When it comes to the infotainment screen, that's 7 inches, it's got Bluetooth, DAB, Mercedes Me, and Mercedes Command Online. That is an option of £2,290. Now, one thing you don't see very regularly is a CD player. You've also got shortcut buttons for your navigation, your radio, your media, your telephone, and your car's settings. Now, the infotainment screen will give you lots of information about the setup of your car. It will also give you your 360 camera view and other interesting stats. Below that, you've got dual zone climate control, your shortcut buttons to things like your window demisters. It's a digital readout. Below that, you've got a 12 volt socket. You can lock your diffs. You've got descent control, and you've got the dial to enable 4-wheel drive. 4 high and 4 low. And standard 4matic. Below that, you've got your automatic gearbox, 7-speed, part reverse, neutral drive, with the paddles up here. Sport mode is enabled using the dynamic switch to the left, so there's nothing actually on the gearbox, and that will change the characteristics of the vehicle. Eco, Comfort, Sport, Off-Road and Manual. You can disable your start stop. You've got a rotary dial for your infotainment screen, and this rather cool pad here. Hold your finger down lightly to navigate through the menus. Move left and right, up and down. You've also got shortcut buttons here as well. You can disable your infotainment screen, your volume wheels here, and you can disable your traction control as well. And hidden in here, you have an SD card reader, 12 volt socket, and 2 USBs. And what all good 4-wheel drives want, a proper handbrake. As you can see, this is an auto dimming mirror, the buttons here, and one cool feature that I've not seen in UK pickups is the compass in this right hand top corner. When it comes to practicality, I've got quite a fair amount of headroom. I'm 6'3", and I've got lots of leg room as well. There's lots of adjustment in the steering wheel with reach and height, and the seats are fully electric, including lumbar support. You also have the option to heat them on the side. And one thing to note is the passenger is fully electric too. When it comes to storage, you've got a very good sized cup holder in this massive door bin. You've got a shallow cup holder on the left hand side where I put the key, and you've got a decent sized cup holder to the right of it. A decent amount of room in the centre armrest, and let's see if you can get your lunch in the glove box. Yes, that is a decent size. Climbing in is, well, it's far easier than I actually thought it would be. I mean, because let's face it, this has the raised suspension. Now when it comes to Annabelle, yes, she may have a bit more of a challenge getting in, but you do have this to assist you. You also have these to allow you to swing in easier as well. As you can see, I've not got the most headroom, but saying that, I'm not actually touching, and I'm 6'3". Now one thing I have noticed, at this height, my eye line is literally the top of the window. And because this is set up for someone well over 6 foot, I can't really scooch forward. There is a bit of a recess here, but if the seat was further forward, I'd be able to get lower and have a better field of view. Realistically, you're going to get 2 adults in here, 3 children, possibly, and, well, 3 adults even on shorter journeys, might be a bit of a squeeze. And if you've noticed, this back seat is, because it's a bench, a lot more upright than it would be in a car. It is very comfortable. It's finished in a leather trim, and you've got stitching as well. Vents in the middle, 12-volt socket, airbags all round, decent sized door bin, electric window. And the thing I really love about the X-Class is in the front and the back you get leather stitching on top, so where you rest your arm, it's very comfortable. You've also got a nice padded area for your arm as well, and ISOFIXes on the back of the seats. You also have this sliding rear window here. Stepping round to the rear of the X-Class, you have a tailgate, literally just a simple lock, unlocked with the key in here. You also have a lock here for the rolling tonneau cover, which is unlocked with this key. Open like so. It would have been nice to see a soft opening tailgate, however it's not too heavy, it's what you expect. To open the tonneau cover, pull sharply right. Closing it, you literally grab the cable and slam. Same with the tailgate. As you can see, we've got a bed liner that will cost you £250. Also, you've got these tethering points, but you can roll them around and tether from various points. It says Mercedes-Benz up there. One thing that I think would really make this look cool is styling bars throughout. However, very functional. It will carry 1.1 tons. You'll also easily fit a Euro pallet in the back, and it will tow 3.5 tons as well. What's a Mercedes-Benz X350d 4MATIC like to drive? Well, it's powered by a 3-litre turbo diesel, which creates, wait for it, I think it's about 550 Newton meters of torque.
It is a turbo V6, isn't it? So
yes,
they're figures that both you and I like.
Yeah, well, exactly. Power delivery, well, brake horsepower, you're looking at just under 260, and with that torque and the 3-litre engine, my word, this thing can shift 0 to 60 in 7.2.
That's impressive for a vehicle this size and weight.
Because you'd be a bit wary of putting that kind of power through something that sits so high, but it really does take it well.
Well, that's something that usually goes into, you know, quite warm saloon cars and hatchbacks.
You mean like S-Classes?
Yes, exactly. How does the gearbox respond?
It's very, very good. I will give a quick demonstration after we get round these S-bends. But yeah.
Because of course you've driven this car much further than I've travelled in it, down the motorway. In fact, you've done several hundred miles.
I was going to say, it's going to be coming up to 400 miles I've driven in this now.
What I've noticed is how quiet and comfortable it is in here.
It's a totally different vehicle to the Navara that it shares the platform with, which is quite strange. I thought that they'd be similar. I'll just give a demonstration of kick down.
It makes an amazing noise.
It does.
That's scary.
And that's in comfort mode. If you put it in sport, it becomes even more lively.
That is remarkable. It's basically like a racing monster truck.
It is. Well, this is sport. Holds the gears longer, makes it far more responsive, and if you can hear that, it's got lane keep assist as well.
Wow, that's impressive. What's the handling like? What's the steering and the ride like as a driver?
It's very well set up. It feels very weighted actually, which I expected it would feel a bit lighter in a 4x4, but mind you, we are in sport mode, so let's drop it into comfort mode. And okay, the steering doesn't really change, but the ride certainly does, doesn't it?
Oh yes,
and softens out.
The engine tone as well.
Yeah, it drops, and you've even got an eco mode as well. But no, going back to the steering, it's very direct. It does exactly what you expect it to do. Point it and it steers. You will get a bit of body roll if you're in comfort mode, but you expect that. This is a very, very high vehicle. It is eliminated in sport mode, or most of it, isn't it, as you mentioned before?
It is. It doesn't feel ungainly or unstable even when carrying out your more spirited driving.
Exactly. And even in comfort, you still have readily available power that just, as you can see, just keeps going.
I can't believe how powerful it is.
It just growls, it's just permanently. The power delivery is something else.
It's
it really
that torque.
Is. Yeah, it is. The 7G Tronic gearbox is very responsive, especially in sport mode, as you feel it.
It's just there.
Let's put it in eco mode now. So yeah, very responsive gearbox, very fluid changes. When you move into sport mode, it will hold gears accordingly. Move into eco and it will try and get into top gear as fast as possible to economize. Pulling onto motorways is simplicity with that power. You just plant your foot and all of a sudden you're at motorway speeds and you can just merge quite easily. You've also got readily available power because it's a V6 when you're doing motorway speed. So if you do need to get out of trouble quickly, it's there. And there's no hesitance in the gearbox either. I didn't expect a pickup to feel like this. And you've got all-round disc brakes with the front being vented. Old school handbrake. The other thing I love about this is you've got driving modes. So you've got your sport, your eco and your comfort. You've also got manual mode as well with paddles on the back.
They're not things that you expect in a pickup truck.
Not at all. It is a bit big though, so you are aware that it's quite a wide vehicle and it's got quite a length to it as well. I think they're around 5 meters, aren't it, pickups?
So this is 5.34 meters long.
There you go.
And then it's, with the door mirrors included, 2.113 meters wide.
The strange thing is, the Sprinter that we had was, I think it was 2.345 meters, so there's not that much difference.
It is huge.
Yeah.
Now, this car has the increased ground clearance as well, a £225 option.
That seems like reasonably good value to me.
And, well, you feel incredibly high up.
Well, when you're travelling down a motorway, no word of a lie, you're above Range Rover roofs, which
Yes.
I didn't expect.
You're looking over everything. What I was going to say is, even with your driving back then, it was still very comfortable in here. There was not body roll. It
No.
takes handling very well, considering it is huge.
I know.
And it is truly capable off-road because, well, it's four-wheel drive. You've got your 4 high, 4 low and 4matic modes on the drivetrain.
Sorry, I'm not really. It is very well set up, isn't it? You've also got descent control.
You've also got your diff locks as well.
Yeah. Oh, it's a proper 4-wheel drive though, isn't it?
Well, that's it. It's truly capable. It is designed. It's got a purpose. You can put a ton of gravel in the back. You can drive it up a mountain.
Yeah.
But you're in a Mercedes.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I thought I would have seen more on the road. People are really, it's like it's misunderstood. It's, I mean, all right, what is it, around 40 grand?
Yeah, we're a shade under with the options on this car.
Yeah.
But now a Toyota Hilux, a Nissan Navara,
L200?
they're all in the same sort of price bracket.
They're about 35 grand, aren't they?
Yeah, 32, 35 grand
Yeah,
by the
depending
time.
on what you put on them.
Yeah, so, okay, you're paying a premium for the Mercedes part of it, but
you do get things like this. You've got the refinements on top of the doors, haven't you? I mean, how many pickups, realistically, have you come across that have leather on top of the doors where you rest your arms? You don't even get cars with that.
it is a proper posh pickup.
It is. Even this top bit is soft touch. I think it's the only pickup I've ever driven, other than Project P by Honda, that's had anything like this kind of power in it. This is one of my favourite features. I think it's an American idea of what I've seen of American pickup trucks, but you've got a compass in your mirror and it's self-dimming.
Now, our car does have some options. You've got the Cavansite Blue Metallic, £525, Command Online, £2,290, Style Pack, £1,015, the parking package with the 360-degree camera.
That's a very high definition camera as well.
It is, it's a very nice system and it gives you the guided lines, very useful, especially on a vehicle this size. Makes it a lot easier to park.
It does.
Especially for £940.
Bargain.
Black leather, £915. differential rear axle lock £510, the increased ground clearance pack £225, roof liner black £220. You've also got the hard roller top cover on this model is £1,645, as well as a tow bar for £376, and the bed liner for £250, as well as the mud flaps and carpet mats.
So it's pretty well optioned up, isn't it?
Yes, but most of them aren't that expensive.
No. Now, okay, you're probably wondering about economy. Well, I've left it till the end for a reason. You're driving a 550 Newton meter, around 260 brake horsepower V6 turbo engine with a 7-speed automatic gearbox and 4-wheel drive. It's not going to be the most economical vehicle on the road, and it isn't. I was getting realistically up to about 27, which I don't think is particularly bad for this.
Well, the stated economy is 31.4,
That's not bad, then.
That doesn't take into consideration your driving.
No, exactly, yes.
If you've got a ton of sand in the back or a car on a trailer,
Yeah.
this can pull it with ease. There is 3 engines available, all of which are diesel, 1 manual, a 7-speed automatic, or the 7G-tronic Plus we have in this car.
Yeah, which has the remarkable 4MATIC system that we've driven with in various cars, and it works just as well in a pickup.
It certainly does. At the bottom here you do have a dial to control the different terrain modes, so you've got 4MATIC, 4 high and 4 low. Nice and easy to operate, simply twist, as well as the hill descent control button and the diff lock button. Overall, staggeringly posh pickup.
Yeah, I'd certainly agree with that. The lashings of leather in here, the polished metals. I mean, you expect a truck to be full of hard plastics, for its robustness, but Mercedes have gone so much over that and just added lots of cool features that make it really comfortable on a long journey.
Well, that's it. It's more like a car in here.
It is. And you can carry your passengers in comfort too.
With all the mod cons of a new car and the power of a V6, this pickup from Mercedes-Benz is smart, stylish and very capable. It's great off-road too thanks to its ladder chassis. The model we have here is the 3-litre V6 with 4-wheel drive and a 7-speed Tronic Plus automatic gearbox. It costs just under £47,500 with options. However, you can get the X350d 4MATIC progressive for just over £35,000 on the road. With a range of engines and gearboxes to choose from, you have plenty of scope to make it your own, and options available do depend on which trim you go for, and you can choose from pure, progressive or power. Standard features include active brake assist, LED loading area lights, and selective catalytic reduction technology, and it can carry loads of a tonne and tow up to 3.5 tonnes as well. Options include the style package and the parking package, which gives you the 360-degree camera. You can also get a high lift kit and a load bed liner, to name but a few. With great versatility, power and functionality, the X-Class 350d takes refinement in a pickup to a whole new level. Combined with great finance packages for business users means you could own one for just under £360 a month. It also comes with a 3-year unlimited mileage warranty and free roadside assistance.